Previously on Survivor. At Sam's elimination, Emily was left out of the loop by her alliance. Girl Gang made amends for blindsiding Emily, but Haley, Cam, and Aaron's mistrust of Emily appeared to have taken root. Zane pitched the idea of voting for Cam, perceiving her to be the biggest threat, but Aaron was non-committal to the idea. At the challenge, the contestants all had hidden agendas, but Haley managed to come out on top and pulled off her second immunity win. In a surprise twist, Tribal Council took place immediately after the challenge, and there, Girl Gang got their way once again, as they got Zane to play his idol, and Noah was ousted from the game, becoming the fourth member of the jury. 5 are left. Who will be voted out tonight?
Come on in, guys. Hi, everybody.
Hey.
How you doing?
Last day.
Y'all good?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Staying warm, everybody, on this chilly Wednesday evening? No?
Not really.
All right, well then you guys probably want to get out of here.
No.
So are you ready to get to the next challenge? All right, Haley, you know it. First things first, I need it back.
I think it's stuck on there.
There we go. Thank you. With that, immunity is officially back up for grabs. All right, you guys ready to hear what your challenge is? Today, you will be rotating a marble on a frisbee using centripetal force. To do this, the challenge is very simple. As long as your marble is rotating, you're still in the challenge. If your marble falls or if your marble stops rotating, you are out of the challenge. There is one added difficulty. Each frisbee has one lip in it that makes it difficult to rotate the marble on a consistent basis. It's up to you guys to figure out how to deal with this difficulty. Last person with the marble rotating in their frisbee wins immunity and guarantees themselves a 1 in 4 shot at winning this game. Any questions? All right, let's get to it. Everybody go ahead and pick up your frisbees. You will now have 10 seconds to get your ball rolling. I will count you down after 5, 10 seconds starting now. That's good. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This challenge is officially on. You are competing for a guaranteed spot in the final 4. Everybody's got their ball rolling to start off. Everybody working at a slow pace so far. This challenge is all about concentration and balance. Keeping the ball rolling. Everybody looking good so far out of the gate. Everybody very steady. Aaron with a lot of hand movement down at the end. It seems to be doing a good job. It's a chilly Wednesday, that's for sure. But this is what Survivor is all about. Out here battling the elements. marble must go all the way around your frisbee.
It keeps on moving.
It stopped and started going the other way.
Yeah. It's like, I gotta finish it.
It has to be in the same direction.
So is he out? Zane's ball stopped rolling. Zane is officially out of the challenge. There are 4 people left.
Before the challenge starts.
Zane, please take a spot on the sit-out bench. Emily going at a very slow pace. As is Haley and Cam. Aaron's going much faster than everybody else. 4 different strategies. All 4 seem to be working just fine so far. Emily's ball did not go around the perimeter. Emily is now out of the challenge. We are now down to 3 contestants. Haley, Cam, and Aaron. You guys now see how quickly this challenge can turn. And one of you can be eliminated. Haley and Cam have both won immunity twice this season already. Aaron looking to be the first one other than those 2 to win. It couldn't come at a better time, guaranteeing a spot in the final 4. Cam is going counterclockwise with her roll. Aaron and Haley are both going clockwise. Not that there's any difference or advantage in either one, but a different strategy for sure. Hands hardly even moving, just relying on the momentum to keep that ball rolling around. All 3 ladies looking very solid right now.
Great.
Cam's ball stops rolling. She is now out of the challenge. We are down to 2. Haley and Aaron. In 15 seconds, you'll be transitioning to 1 hand on your frisbee. It'll make it a little bit harder. You will have a transition period during this time. I'll count you in. In 10 seconds, you must have 1 hand on your frisbee. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Your second hand cannot touch your frisbee from here on out. This challenge is a 1-handed challenge till the end. Down to 2 contestants. Haley has won 2 immunities, is the reigning immunity champion, immunity winner. Aaron looking to get her first of the season. Haley has dropped out, and with that, Aaron wins immunity. All right, that was a quick challenge for sure. Aaron, congratulations. Come get your immunity necklace.
Give me a smile.
I'll come back for a picture. Come back for a picture.
You can take a picture of me.
You can get one if you want.
That's so cute.
Literally, I'm slash right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I was like, I've never done this before.
Okay. Aaron, congratulations. You've guaranteed yourself a 1 in 4 shot at getting to the end of a 1 in 4 shot at winning this game. For the other 4 of you, I'm sorry. One of you will be the 12th person voted out. You guys have a few days to figure out who that is. With that, I'll let you get to it. Go ahead and get on out. Have a good night. Thanks, guys.
I'm so happy. I've literally wanted to win immunity for so long, and I've come so close like 3 different times, so I'm very happy right now. I'm fairly certain that Cam and Haley let me have that one at the end, but honestly, I'm still proud of myself.
So we had our challenge tonight. I was the first person out of the challenge. I dispute why I was, kicked out of the challenge. I think I was disqualified for unfairly reasons and wrong reasons. I believe I was not clarified by the rules before the challenge properly, because I thought if the marble continuously kept on moving, I didn't see my marble stop at the top and it go back the other way. I thought it kept on moving still. Like I thought like it still was moving. So kind of disappointed on that. But the next best thing happened. Erin won the challenge. She deserved it. That was the first challenge, first immunity she's won. I'm glad it wasn't Cam or Haley. Glad it was somebody who I've been allied with since the beginning of the game. So I didn't win, but the next best thing happened. So overall, good night.
I unfortunately did not win the immunity challenge. You know, it was marbles, and I did really well with the marbles last time we had a marble aspect, so I was kind of hoping that I'd kill this one. Unfortunately, I didn't get it, but I mean, I do still have an idol, so like technically I am guaranteed a spot in the final four, so I'm not as concerned as like Haley and Cam and Zane might be.
I was super glad when Zane dropped out early because I think we were all nervous of him winning. So now this should make it a relatively easy vote, I'm hoping. You know, I don't know what Emily's planning on doing with her idol. I assume she's just going to play it for herself because, you know, this is the last time she can use it and I don't know who else she would want to play it for. But either way, you know, I'm glad that Aaron got it. I felt like once it was like me, Aaron, and Haley left, like I knew how much Aaron wanted it, so I was like, you know, just kind of like stopped, you know, to make it quick, and because I don't want Aaron to think, like hopefully this won't backfire on me because obviously it would be nice to have immunity, but I wanted her to know what it felt like to have it, and she really wanted to win it, so I'm happy for her, I'm glad she did.
I don't really know what to expect from Tribal this week. Like, I know Emily showed me her idol, and it looks pretty legit to me. I don't know, Haley and Cam think potentially it might be fake, but I don't know. It looks pretty real to me, so, I mean, I can see that being at play. Honestly, kind of nervous for Tribal. No, I'm not even for me, just like in general. Yeah, I have no idea what to expect. Shout out to my bitches for giving me that challenge.
You got it, dude.
They knew it. They knew how bad I wanted it.
So basically, I don't really feel more strongly about either of them going. I guess where I'm at is I don't know how we successfully vote out Emily with this idol.
The thing is, we can't.
It's not wrong.
Which is
you're not
very
wrong.
frustrating because if she didn't have it, I would want her to go. But
Yeah. I think our best solution, you know, if we have a better idea, obviously we can change it, but 3 on Zane, probably me, you, and Emily it would be most likely, and then you and Zane vote Emily. The only way that could go wrong is if, like, Emily and Zane team up and, like, vote for the same person and Emily plays her idol for Zane, because in that case that person would go home. But I think that's unlikely.
2 the Noah vote, did you talk about, or 3 the Noah vote,
Oh, seriously? Oh, okay, that's 11.
and then there was another one that was it the week before that you got voted for, or no?
Oh, the max vote. That was one vote.
Yeah, that's where all 12 came in.
Okay. Dang. It's like pretty much been like every week.
So Haley has gotten none.
Hmm.
Yeah. Isn't that
How would
suspicious?
we change that?
I vote for her, I guess.
I mean, come on. I mean, has she shown any allegiance to you?
I mean,
She betrayed me essentially last week. If you want to call it that.
you want to argue that everyone's betrayed you, though.
That's not an argument, like, everyone's betrayed me. Like, but like, okay, that may be incorrect word. She caught me off guard.
Okay.
Which I treat as a betrayal. You catch me off guard, I'm gonna treat that as a betrayal.
Okay. I mean, yes and no. I feel like people show their lines one week and then like the next week not so much. I'm not gonna discount the Sam vote. Like, obviously I'm upset about it, but like it is what it is. I'm here without him. It would have been nice to still have him here, but I don't need him for my game to continue.
That's true. But I'm just saying from her standpoint,
Yeah.
she's made a lot of tactical errors. Like you can't trust. Like let's say we vote out Cam or Aaron this week, right?
Mm-hmm.
Cam or Aaron goes home. I'm not saying I would vote for either one of them. I'm just saying
Of
entertain
course.
that scenario, right?
Of course.
I'm not saying anything.
That's
But
fine.
entertain that scenario for a second. Then there's 4 people left. Let's say it's
Yes.
you, me, Aaron, and Haley.
Yeah.
Tactically, I can't trust her, and you probably can't trust her either. Because she's gone back on her word. I mean, she didn't go back on her word.
What do you
But
mean?
she caught me off guard last week by saying, like, yo, I'm going to vote.
Yeah. What else?
I met with Emily to discuss, like, hey, what are you thinking? Who do you want to vote for? I mentioned, me and Cam discussed at our meeting that we also actually, I'm sorry. Aaron texted me Friday morning saying, hey, bring up Cam's name, act like you're, because we had mentioned that a couple weeks ago that we continue voting for Cam. So I met with Emily, sort of brought up the possibility, hey, I want to vote out Cam. She's a powerful player in this game. She wins challenges, etc., etc. And Emily was pretty receptive in that. She did question a little bit. She's like, would you actually vote for for Cam? Because of your ally with her and all that. And I was like, yo, she's won numerous challenges. I need to take her. I need to eliminate her. But I don't want her catching the scent that I'm going after. Although I still want Emily to be voted out. It's just ideally Emily plays the idol for me, thinking that I'm still a target. Because I have. Emily did mention to me at our meeting on Wednesday, like, hey, you've been voted for 12 times. I'm really glad that Aaron her did that, because now it's sort of so it's like, hey, Zane's constantly voted for.
I don't have an idol. I was just playing that game to see what people would say about it.
But what goes through your mind though, thinking why would I want to play this? Why do you even do the fake out? When I did the fake out, I had a clear strategy.
Because I felt at the bottom with the Sambo. No, I was the only one left in the dark. No one told me that was the previous vote. Do you see what I'm saying?
So you wanted to pull what they pulled on you?
What do you mean? I was afraid I was getting voted
When I pulled out the two fake idols,
you especially scared me when you played your idol. I was like, well, frick. Like, am I going home? Because I didn't know what name you were writing down.
When I pulled out two fakes, right? I pulled out two fakes going with strategy. I want to scare them, and I want them to flip.
You definitely did.
And vote, right?
Yeah.
You guys didn't flip.
We didn't flip, but I didn't have the chance to flip regardless.
Okay.
Not that I would have, I'm just saying I didn't have the chance.
Okay.
So I haven't really talked to anybody else yet.
Yeah, I haven't really either. Like, I talked to Cam a little bit in the R-Pack. She asked me if I was playing my idol, and I said yeah, which I don't know why she keeps asking me that, but and then she's like, oh yeah, I'm voting Zane, blah, blah, blah. So, like, I mean, I don't know if she'd tell me differently if she wasn't, but...
I talked to her a little bit when we were walking home, and my biggest thing is that I don't feel like they would tell us if they weren't voting Zane, because then obviously they would just be voting one of us.
Right.
And I feel like they realize that you have the idol and that you're playing it for yourself, so I don't feel like they would vote you, and I know Zane's pissed at me, so they could easily just be like, Zane, you haven't gotten your way this whole season, whatever, we'll vote Haley. So, like, I don't know what's happening. Like,
I don't really either.
That's kind of where I'm at.
I'm kind of hoping they vote Zane, but I don't know. But in my thinking, I've thought about the fact that, like, okay, Cam is definitely a bigger threat than Zane is. Like, and I know you can argue that you're a threat too, but, like, I am working with you. I don't want you out. Like, Cam, it's just like she's won a lot of she's won 2 challenges. They've been, like, challenges where, she's kind of had the lead. Now, granted, with the puzzle one, like, that was kind of partially Aaron, but still, like, the balloon one, she definitely, like, conquered that one and killed that one. But just for me, like, I feel like we're making a mistake keeping Zane or getting rid of Zane, and I don't want Zane in this game as much as the next person, but I think that we could go farther in this game if we kept Zane in it than if we kept Cam in it.
I'm not saying I don't understand where you're coming from, because I absolutely 100% do. I guess my biggest thing is that, 1, Zane doesn't deserve to be here any longer.
No, I don't disagree.
2, how would we vote out Cam? I'm not against it, I just don't know how it would ever work.
Well, potentially if it scares me because I really don't want to do this, but, like, if I played my idol on Zane, if I knew that everyone else was voting Zane, then if Cam and Aaron were voting Zane, their votes for him wouldn't count, and then if me and you voted Cam and by miracle Zane voted Cam, then great, but if by miracle he didn't vote Cam, you and me would still have the technical majority. Now, granted, we don't know that they're actually voting Zane, so, like, I'd be taking a huge risk. So it really does scare me to take that risk. But also, Zayn, like, indirectly threw out Cam as, you know, he's afraid to go with her because of the fact that, like, she won the touchy subjects of who do you want to win and who do you think will win. So,
Yeah.
and that's kind of another thing of, like, do you want the person in the game that everyone voted for as who do you think will win, who do you want to win?
I'm basically fucking ruining Emily's game. That's just kind of what it comes down to, and I don't really feel guilty about it. But at the same time, I kind of realized today that she's the one, well, and Zayn. I could easily be either of them in the finals, so there's that. But it's fine. She just, I don't know, like, originally, like, I just wanted, like, I was gonna do whatever I could to do Final Four Girl Gang. But Emily just put her, like, the way that she's been playing, like, she just put herself on the outs. And so now I'm just kind of doing everything I can to do Final 3 Homance. And, which is me, Aaron, and Cam, for those of you that haven't realized. We are called the Homance. And so, like, I don't know. With that being said, like, the fact that she's going to play her idol for Zayn, and then, like, I actually need to talk to her again. I haven't talked to Emily. But the fact that she's going to play her idol for Zayn to try to get Cam out, like, I don't want to go any further with you in this game. Especially because she says shit like, well, I would never go to the finals with Cam, but, I mean, I'm gonna go to the finals with you, Haley. Like, why the fuck are you saying stuff like that when, like, you're just saying that you couldn't beat Cam, but you think you could beat me?
Because, you know, I know Aaron might be upset about it, but at the same time, it's like, okay, there's so many votes that we could have all been upset about, and we've moved past it. Like, I could still be upset about the Sam vote. I'm here from it. They could still be upset about the Richard vote, but we're all here because of it. So it's like, you can argue that, but at the end of the day, I mean, and then I hear Aaron's concern of like, oh, well, if you pick Zayn off too, then I'm by myself, and I'm like the easy one to get rid of.
I don't know.
So, like I said, I have zero issue, and I do agree, like, we are in the same place with the whole, we haven't won challenges, we can agree on that.
But yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, I do not believe she has an idol at all, but I believe she is extremely smart and intelligent person that if she gets the slightest sniff that she's being targeted, she will do something.
I don't know what she would be able to do, but
she would just try to flip me or Aaron. She will work her best to do that.
Have you met with any of them? Like, have they thrown out a name to you?
No, this is the weirdest part. So I have not met with Aaron or Cam this week.
I know Cam went home for the weekend.
Yeah, right? I tried to text her before. I tried to meet up with her before. It just didn't work. So, I mean, my only concern is her getting the sniff. But, I mean, like, we do have the advantage that she's going home for the weekend. I'm still going to be here. I don't know about Haley. I feel like if anything, we should, if you want to meet with Haley or me, I don't really care. But we should get Haley off the camp soon.
Like, you don't want her to?
Like, if you want to go to Haley and be like, yo, I'm voting for Zayn, I'm perfectly fine with that. I'm perfectly. See,
I know,
this
but I think
this is from someone who has experience in taking shots at people and, like, confusing the crap out of them. Like, if you want to take the shot at Cam, you have to get the stick completely off.
See, I would just view it the other way. I think that Haley would be more willing to, like, I would be more willing to...
Haley would be willing to vote for me, too. So if you tell me that you're voting for me, and that like, her vote just goes away then.
Yes, but I just think Aaron would be more likely to tell Cam than Haley would be more likely to.
Are you sure about that?
Kind of.
I'm not sure about that at all.
You don't think so?
I think Haley is a lot closer to Cam than Aaron.
You think so?
They walk together. They walk back after every challenge.
I mean, but sometimes so do Aaron and I. Because we live in this almost the same building.
Y'all live in those fancy apartments.
Listen, okay. Obviously it was during the dead period, but the night that Sam got voted out, it was me, Sam, and Aaron all walking to that tribal. And you know what? I was convinced Noah was going home. And you know who didn't tell us that Noah was going home?
Cam didn't either. Haley didn't either.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just saying, like, I was walking
Haley
with
didn't either,
Aaron
though.
because you're talking about this whole walking thing and you're stuck on it. So
I'm not stuck on it. I'm not stuck on it. Relax. Relax. You relax.
I don't know.
I don't trust Haley for the slightest second. Because Haley she deceived me last week. So
I understand why you don't trust her, but she's an OG PY, like in the way I trust her.
then you're close to her.
I'm not really close to anyone. It's just like she's a PY. It's me and her. I mean, if you want to view it, I told her you have the number technically.
Yeah, but you might have an idol.
True, but like
Which makes
you had
you
an
say-
idol.
Hmm?
You had an idol too.
Yeah, I had an idol.
I don't know where I was going.
The way you say it seems like you have one.
I don't have.
Oh my gosh, she doesn't answer. I'll be.
What's up?
Hi. So basically, I'm already filming, by the way. Okay, so basically, I just got done with my meeting with Emily.
Yep.
And we were right. She is planning on playing her idol for Zane and voting you.
I knew it. You think you're slick, you ain't slick.
The night of the last challenge, the one that Aaron won, right afterwards, I met up with Aaron and Haley and we were talking through our options, and I said, here's the only way that this could go wrong, meaning one of the three of us goes home. If Emily decides she wants to make a big move, which you know that's what she's all about, and she plays her idol for Zane, and she votes for me, and potentially gets Zane to vote for me. They were like, oh, that's so unlikely, so unlikely. I was like, yeah, it is, you're right. Because before that, we were planning on putting 3 votes on Emily. Well, 3 and 2 between Emily and Zane. One somehow we were gonna do that, but that obviously changes everything. So, on what day was it? Friday morning, I get a call from Haley, and Haley's like, you'll never believe this. Emily wants to do that plan that we were talking about. And I was like, okay, well, it doesn't surprise me. It's whatever. I mean, it's not whatever, because obviously that someone's putting my name down. But at least I know about it.
Okay, friends, we're both on here.
Hello! Hey, Cam.
Okay, so I'm literally filming right now, just to let you know. So, I just got done with my meeting with Emily.
Okay.
And yeah, we were right. She brought up the idea of playing the idol for Zane and voting Cam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. She ain't slick.
Yeah.
We knew it!
We literally knew it. So
We knew it!
so here's the thing. Here's what I think is gonna happen. So she's meeting up with Zane, like, right now. She said that she's meeting up with him at 11. And she's not planning on telling him the plan unless he throws out Cam's name.
Which, okay, when I met with him yesterday, I just told him to throw out your name, Haley, because I was like, obviously that's not going to impact anything, because she's not going to vote you, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
Wait, so we need to vote Emily then? We need
So-
to put 3 votes on Emily.
Well, that's what I think me and Cam kind of decided that, because also me and Emily didn't decide for sure whether we were going to do this or not. We decided that after she talks to Zane, we'll go from there. So if she decides to play her idol for Zane, I think if we do 3 votes on Emily, 1 vote on Zane, and then Emily would vote Cam.
Or, the only bad thing is that but then, okay, never mind. If it's a revote, because, like, if Zane votes Cam, too, you know?
Well, that's like, we would have to trust that he's not voting Cam.
I met with Emily at Woody's about 3 hours ago. Essentially, I asked her again who she was thinking for this week. She kept on saying, you know, I'm open to anyone. I'm open to anyone. She's like, Zane, you mentioned someone at our previous meeting. I was like, yeah. I wanted to go for Cam. Cam's a power player in this game. She's won 2 challenges. going forward, just like by removing her, you remove a major power player in the game and someone who wins challenges. And then we discussed her idol situation a little bit more in terms of why she didn't play it. Does she have one? She denied it again, but I think in her soliloquy or speech, she essentially screwed up and tripped herself up about the idol, which makes me think it is real.
Okay. Well,
And now
I know
you guys
she
have
thinks
proposed.
It's real.
We're going on our philosophy this week.
Is that?
Is that it's real.
I know though that Haley. Okay, so she brought up to Haley the fact that she wants to potentially use the idol on you, which honestly would be so funny. Like literally. Okay, so if she did that, if she played it on you, I think that we need to all just throw our votes at Emily, and then like you. Okay, so she wants to get Cam out is the thing. She wants to like get like a power player out. So I think me and Cam need to like keep up the like impression that we're voting for you.
How are you guys gonna do that?
I mean, we'll just like
You're gonna do the
Emily
whole.
texted me and was like in a
Yeah.
message with us three. So I'm just gonna be like, I'm gonna text her back and be like, hey, I don't really want to meet with Zane because like I don't want to have to lie to him. Like I feel bad about voting him out, that kind of thing.
Because you want to do rocks for me, etc., etc., etc.
Yeah. So, and then she knows like I'm not on board, but like, and then I think Haley needs to be like, to Emily, she needs to be like, okay, well we can't rely on Zane's vote because like he said he was gonna do something and hasn't done it in like previous times. So I think that you need to play the idol on him just to be safe because she could be like, I think Zane wants to come for me or something like that.
Come for who?
Haley. So like if she says like if like we like need to make it seem like Emily is not even like in the equation.
I feel like Emily's the type of player that would like wants to make a big move before. I mean, if she got to final tribal, like before final tribal, because she wants something to be able to talk about, and she hasn't made a move like that yet. So honestly, it was like kind of in the back of my mind, like maybe she could do it, but I was like, she's not gonna give up her own safety at like final five, but she brought it up, so I guess so. I honestly, that's ideal, because like as much as I love Emily, she's like literally the best person, one of my favorite humans. I just like on a game level, it's probably the most beneficial for me if she goes home.
Like, but like, because I want to like keep up the thing, voting you, which I'm not voting you. I'm vote like me, you, and Cam. Me, you, Cam need to vote Emily, and hopefully.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll now bring in the members of your jury.
That's so cute. That's a good one.
Richard, Tanner, Sam, and Noah voted out at the last count. Welcome, the 5 of you, final 5. Give yourselves a pat on the back. But before you do that, we are voting somebody out today, so soon that 5 will become 4. How's everybody doing on this chilly Sunday morning?
Pretty good.
Good, yeah. All right, well, let's just jump right into it then. So last week, we do a back-to-back surprise challenge and then tribal council with the intention just to throw a little bit of a twist into the game, get you guys kind of on your toes, see how you react to different circumstances. So, Aaron, before we kind of get into how that vote went, just talk to me about maybe kind of the chaos or your reaction to that twist that we threw.
I think we were all kind of expecting it just because there were 6 people left in the game in only 2 weeks or whatever. So it wasn't a huge shock, but it definitely was tricky, like not being able to talk to anyone beforehand. So you kind of just had to go with your gut. And I mean, like I said, we all kind of were expecting it. So there was a little bit like of talk of it before, but it was hard not being able to like communicate with each other, and it just like put a little more pressure on us, I guess.
Zane, you stand up and pull out an idol at the last tribal
Yeah.
council. So talk to me about how that felt to not only play an idol, but then see your name come up 3 times, be negated, and then send Noah home because of it.
So Noah, sorry about going home. I mean, especially like it being Noah also, we were both voted most unlikely or most undeserving to win this game. So I kind of felt bad having to play the idol and send Noah home. But going into the tribal, as soon as the challenge was over, I had my chances of playing it went up, and for someone who had 2 fake idols at one point, and was acting like I had 2 fake idols, don't wink at me. That caused me so much pain, so much stress.
Call him out, Zane. Call him out.
Like, and then to finally find the real one though, and then like be like, yo, and then like you saying, Zane, this is a real idol. Like that was like a lot of, like I was proud of that moment, and proud of myself for being able to find it and play it. And especially having to have another vote where my name was mentioned 3 times, and still somehow survive. It was overall a great experience.
So then another thing that happened at that tribal was Emily, so Zane pulls out his idol, plays it, and you said, I'm going to play mine too. You reached into your bag, you didn't pull anything out. So I'll let you be as specific as you want because you didn't pull anything out, you didn't play anything, so I don't know what was going through your mind, but talk to me about that a little bit.
Personally, I just kind of felt at the bottom because the vote before that was Sam, and I didn't know about that. So for me, it was just like, I wanted to see how people would react to it if I did have one, and I said that I did. But yeah, that was kind of my gist behind it. I felt at the bottom, so I want to see how it went.
Okay. And then Cam, I want to go to you because you've been one that has been, very dominant in challenges, or at least very competitive in all of them. And this one, you dropped out in the middle and just, didn't really seem to have any shot at the immunity, once you kind of lost your momentum or whatever. So kind of talk to me about that, knowing that this was really the first time you were kind of out of a challenge really early.
Yeah, I mean, that challenge was interesting because it was kind of like Haley with the thumb thing. Anything could have happened at any point to knock any one of us out. So, I mean, it's crazy that me being, like, I was smack in the middle, so it was like, I was the 3rd one out and came in 3rd place. So it's crazy that we're at that point where there's literally only 5 of us, and, like, that's what it is. But, I mean, hopefully things will work themselves out and I'll be okay this tribal. But yeah, I guess I hadn't really thought about that, so yeah.
With that, let's go back to talking about idols a little bit because, like I said, this is the very last chance that anybody who has an idol can play the final 5. So, last week we see Zane pull one out, Emily maybe insinuate that she has one, something like that. So, Cam, how do you take into account the fact that we've only seen one idol actually played this season? There's certainly more out there. How do you take into account, that kind of mystery and, maybe the person I'm targeting does have an idol or will play an idol for somebody else, something like that?
I mean, it is crazy. I feel like... Sorry.
Get it all out. This is a beautiful song.
Okay, anyways, so it definitely is crazy. I think we've all had our suspicions of who had idols and who went home with them. So I almost felt at peace with the fact that the idol that was from the merge was found and was out. Because I think I had thought to myself that the other idols that were in this game were knocked out with other people. So the fact that there is potentially an idol in this game, I mean, it's something to think about. But... Oh, Noah. But also at this point, I don't think there's much that we can do about it, so... Yeah.
Okay, so then Emily, Cam just mentioned that you hinted one, and that's what you did at the last tribal council. So instead of talking about the strategy behind it, because you kind of already mentioned you were at the bottom, stuff like that, or you thought you were at the bottom, stuff like that, talk to me about maybe the fallout and, did this help your game at all moving forward for this week? Maybe insinuating I have an idol, don't vote for me, or was it more of a target's on my back now because there's an idol out there and somebody needs to flush it, stuff like that?
I mean, honestly, you can view it as both ways. Like, it could be a benefit to me, but also it could hinder my game. I don't know exactly whether it helped me or it hurt me. I guess we'll find out.
So then the last thing I want to talk about today is something that we haven't really talked about in a couple tribal councils, and that's jury management. And especially because we see 4 guys on the jury right now, and the season ends in less than a week. I mean, in 6 days, you know, these 4 plus 3 others are going to be deciding who wins this game. So jury management really comes to the forefront when voting somebody out, because there could be some kind of fresh blood or ill will towards people still in the game. So Haley, how do you balance making sure that you and the people you want to go to the end with stay in, while also making sure that the people you send home, you know, don't feel any kind of animosity towards you in 6 days?
I guess the biggest thing for me is that each week there's a common goal that I personally have been working towards. So then with each vote, it has to do with getting me further and further to that goal. So I guess that's kind of just my reasoning behind it. And if they understand that and respect that, okay. But if not, then I don't, like, I can do, like, if I make it to final 2, I can do my best at final tribal to try to explain myself. But at the same time, if they are offended, I totally understand, because I would be too. So, like, I guess I see both sides.
All right. Well, with that, the 5 of you, I don't have anything else to ask you guys. If you guys want to plead a case or anything like that, now's the time to do so. Otherwise, we'll get to the vote. You guys good? All right. So with that, we'll get to the vote. Do not vote for Erin. She is immune. Everybody else is fair game. Zane, you are the first up.
We've given you the benefit of the doubt so many times, and you would have been absolutely fine this week, but you told Haley you wanted to vote me out, and honestly, I don't know what's going to happen, but I feel pretty confident that it'll work out if you play right over Zane. Please, please, play right over Zane.
I'm scared.
I love you to death, Cam, but I don't have a shot of winning if you're here, so I need you to go.
I feel like tribal went fine, but at the same time, I don't really know what Emily is planning on doing, or like what anybody's planning on doing. So I'm just gonna stick with my plan and vote Zane to protect my home girl. Yeah, sorry Zane, voted for you again. Very sorry, not really, but time.
I will go get the votes. For the last time this season, if anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so.
I'd like to play my idol.
Okay.
But for a turn of events, I'm playing it for Zane, not for me.
You're playing this for Zane?
Yep.
Alrighty. So, the rules of Survivor state that if the hidden immunity idol is played, all votes cast for that player will not count. The player with the second highest amount of votes will go home. Emily, this is the hidden immunity idol. All votes cast for Zane will not count. I will read the votes. First vote. Zane does not count. Cam. One vote Cam. Emily. It's one vote Cam, one vote Emily. Emily. It's 2 votes Emily, 1 vote Cam, 1 vote left. The 12th person voted out, the 5th member of our jury, Emily. That's 3. That's enough. Sorry, I need you to bring it. Emily, try to speak. It's technically done. Well, that would tribals where we saw an idol played, and we now have 5 members of the jury, only 2 people left. There's 4 of you left. Congratulations on making it to the final 4. Give yourselves a pat on the back. Each of you has a 1 in 4 chance of winning this game. So that should be an interesting end of the game. We have less than a week left. We'll see you in a couple minutes for the next challenge. Go ahead and get on out of here. We'll see you soon. Thanks, guys.
Next time on Survivor.
Survivor's ready? Go.
I wish I just didn't have to and that it could be Final Four or something, but like...
Let me stir it up. Let's see who wins this game.
I might start crying during this confessional.
He still thinks he could beat all of us, so I was like, okay, whatever.
First person to solve the puzzle wins immunity and guarantees a spot in Final Tribal Council, where you will have the chance to plead your case to the jury.
I'm out now, and that's at 5? I don't know. I saw this slightly coming. Nah, not really. I don't know. I'm sad. I played my idol for Zane. I trusted Haley, and that screwed me. I trusted Zane, and that screwed me. So, it's all great. All great things. Zane told me Cam, and Haley told me Cam. And just in case they weren't doing that, I was playing my idol so that Cam would go out, and that didn't happen. Honestly, I think they made a big mistake keeping Cam in and letting me go because I hadn't won a challenge. So like, am I a threat to you all? Probably not, but it's fine. I'm here for it. I regret playing my idol for Zane. It's definitely had some twists and turns. It's been really stressful, but I've really enjoyed it and I've put a lot of effort into it and I've met a lot of great people, so I'm really happy that I got to be a part of it for the time that I did have.